When we look out into the vastness of space, it's easy to feel entirely disconnected from the cold, timeless cosmic void. But to understand our place in it, we have to pull our focus all the way down to the earth beneath our feet. What existed before this ground was formed? Before the mountains were raised, before the oceans filled, and before time itself began? The 16th century poet Poonthanam confronts this exact mystery in the verses of the Jnanappana. He asks us to look closely at our own existence to find the answer. He begins by identifying the force that keeps living beings tethered to the physical world: karma. Every physical action you take, every fleeting thought, and every hidden intention leaves a lasting mark. These subtle impressions accumulate over a lifetime, forging a chain that pulls us back into a continuous cycle of birth and death. This is why we often experience life as a solitary journey, feeling separated from the world around us and weighed down by the burden of our own past choices. To understand where those ties originate, we have to strip away the physical universe. Imagine erasing the planets, removing the stars, and wiping away every living creature until there is absolutely nothing left. What remains in that void is a state Poonthanam calls Jyoti Swarupam. It is an infinite, radiant light, not a physical fire, but the pure, limitless light of consciousness. Every single object and every life form we see today is an expression of that one eternal source. Think of a vast open ocean. You can point to hundreds of distinct waves rising and falling on the surface, but underneath, they are all made of the exact same body of water. The universe is not a separate entity built by a creator standing outside of it. The universe is a direct, inseparable extension of that supreme reality. This raises a question. If the entire physical world comes directly from the supreme reality, why isn't the creator altered or limited by the decay of its own creation? To explain this, Poonthanam offers the allegory of the sky. Fierce storms and clouds are constantly drifting across the atmosphere. The rain hits the earth and soaks everything it touches. Yet the sky itself never becomes wet or stained by the passing clouds. The Paramatma, the Supreme, is like that sky. It projects and sustains the entire physical universe, but it remains entirely unbound and unchanged by the physical creation it holds. It is the ultimate witness, attached to nothing, yet holding everything together. If the source is truly one, why do we experience a world fractured into separate objects, different species, and different names? The human mind is easily distracted by external boundaries. We focus on specific shapes and labels, and in doing so, we miss the shared reality beneath them. True knowledge is recognizing the one within the many, identifying the same divine essence in an elephant, a village elder, or a lotus pond. When you recognize yourself in the life around you, the walls of isolation begin to crumble. You start to see that you are not a solitary actor, but an expression of that same eternal consciousness. This realization changes the nature of our actions. When we stop acting solely for a separate self, the weight of karma that once tethered us to the cycle begins to dissolve. Wisdom unties the knots of separation. But if reality is ultimately one, how does it appear so varied? Join us next time as we explore the nature of Maya and the three gunas that shape our perception of the world.